It's Michael, and today I'm going to be walking you through creating invoices and intervals. It all starts out here in Options, Settings, and Defaults, Default Invoicing. This is where you can specify the defaults for your invoices. So your fine print, your default address. If you need to put your VAT number or put tax invoice on your invoice, you can do that here in the default address field. You can make the next invoice number, so if you're trying to line up the numbers with an existing invoicing system, you can do that. And also there is support for a second tax if you need to apply a second tax. When creating invoices, there are two types of invoices within intervals. The first is a freeform invoice, and these can have whatever you like as line items. So on the web development side of our business, we do a healthy amount of web retainers, and so we actually charge different hourly rates the more you pay, and we also guarantee turnaround time based on the more you pay. So in that example, basically the line item is just maintenance contract, package one. And if you're also a web development company and you're wondering how we do our contracts, it's actually available on our blog. If you want to give it a look, we actually have a sample contract there. So there's a quick example of a freeform invoice, and then you can email it to your client, export it to PDF, export it to CSV. To show you the other example is the invoices based on actual work performed. And these ones are pretty advanced, and it's evolved over the years. Based on customer feedback. So on the second step of this process, there are a lot of advanced options. So here in the left-hand column, by default it'll just bring in all the work and multiply it by the hourly rate, and so you get a total. But then you can show different things on the bottom half of the invoice for granularity. So say you want to show tasks. So you can do this, and it'll show all of the tasks at the bottom. If you want to show the detailed notes that were applied whenever a timer was applied, you can do include time entries, and an extra column will show up down here that shows those detailed notes. Fees, if you happen to be using the expenses section here, whenever you add an expense, there's an option for the fee, and the fee is actually what is used in all the project calculations. So say you mark this up 20% and you save this. When creating an invoice based on actual work performed, any fees that were entered between the date range for the range of the invoice will show up when you select that here. So if you're billing for non-hourly items and you add a bunch of fees to a project, you can pull those directly into an invoice by including fees. One other thing, actually I'll just create this one real quick. We'll do by task. So when the invoice is created here, it looks just like the freeform one in terms of the top, and then the bottom has every task that happened during the date range. Also, if you edit the top half of an invoice here, there's a description field, so if you need to add additional information, you can do that. At this time, you can't change the visual layout of the invoices, but that is something that we have planned for later down the road. One last thing I'd like to mention is the outstanding balance report. This report shows anybody that where any fees have been applied or billable work that is greater than the amount of payments. And so you can see here there's $283 of work that have been done. There's no payments. No invoices have been created for this one. So there's an uninvoiced amount. And the uninvoiced calculation is just a basic calculation that looks at total payments, total amount of work done, and then any invoices that are outstanding, and then takes the difference. So say you've invoiced for $5,000, and you've done $7,000 worth of work, you'll actually have an uninvoiced amount of $2,000. So it's a good way to look and say, if I do need to create some invoices, how much could I potentially get paid for what I've owed for the work that I've done that I haven't invoiced. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about invoicing, you can always contact us, support at myintervals, or the general questions link within your account.